All right, we'll do a quick walkthrough of the Rockwood A122BH. This is a hard-sided pop-up camper. Um, Starting on this side, you've got a storage compartment. You've got a rail here for hooking on a grill and a little table. Right here is a connection for propane for the grill. You've got a outdoor speaker and antenna for the radio. You've got a handle that will assist you in getting in and out of the camper. There's a AC port right here. You've got a level to help you level your camper. This switch here, this is for the motor for controlling the up and down, for raising and lowering the roof. This roof has a motor that raises it and lowers it, so you don't have to do it by hand. The walls and the dormer are still done by hand, but the large A-framed roof is not. All right, you've got a LED light right here. Coming around, this is a lock for the door so that you can open the door and keep it locked. Another storage compartment. This storage compartment is underneath the front dinette. On the front, you've got a deck. This deck has some railing. The railing is removable, so you can take that off. You also have a cable here, cable lock that you can use to tie down anything important that you want to put on the deck so it doesn't take off on you. You've also got dual propane tanks. So in here, you've got one propane tank, a second propane tank, and there's a switch there that lets you switch between the two propane tanks easily. You've got your battery. You've got your electric tongue jack, so you can level the tongue and load it and unload it from your hitch using that. There's an LED light here to help you if it's dark out when you're trying to hook it up to your hitch. This camper does use a 7-pin connector for your vehicle, which controls the lights as well as it has electric brakes. All right, on this side, the first thing you'll see is that is the water heater there. You don't really need to open that unless you're going to drain the water heater for winterizing it or what have you. You've got the shore power hookup. That's the 30 amp hookup that connects and gives you AC power. You got the exhaust vents for the furnace. It's got a propane furnace. Under these two compartments, if you open them up, are the controls for the refrigerator. There's a 3-way fridge in there. If you want to run the fridge off AC, you turn on the green switch. If you want to run the fridge off of DC, 12-volt DC, you turn on the little red switch. And below, there's an ignition system if you want to run the fridge by propane. You can run it whichever way you want, but only one way at a time. All right, over here is an outdoor shower hookup. So if you open that up, you'll have a little faucet. We use it mostly for rinsing off dishes and what have you. City water connection, so if you're at a campground with water hookups, you hook it in there. This is going to be your drain. There's a small hose that we have. We drain it into a bucket. It's just from the sink. This is the water for if you want to fill a water tank. It has a water tank mounted underneath the rear tire. You can fill that tank up if you don't have access to water where you're going. Here, there's a little connection for, that thing's hard to get open. It's a TV connection, so if you have an external antenna, you can connect the external antenna out here, and on the inside there's another connection where you could hook it into your TV. This right here is the electric motor that we use to raise the roof up. behind that, this is just the exhaust and a couple of drain tubes for the Dometic heat pump that provides both electric heat and air conditioning. We have another storage compartment. This storage compartment has a slide out on it, so when you open it up, it has a slide that'll come out. This is where we put the hoses, the electrical cable when you're not using them. And on the back, there is a rear-mounted tire, a spare, as well as a hitch, which you could use for a bike rack or some other small things that you want to hook onto the rear of this camper. All right, one other thing to notice while we're still on the outside is this camper does come with 4 stabilizer jacks. So you have 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. It's good for a small camper to have 4 of them. It'll help take out some of the rocking around when people are moving. All right, we'll take a look at the inside. There's a little step, a handle if you need it. The first thing you'll have here is a storage compartment where you can store things. This leads to that opening on the outside if you want to access it from the outside. All right, so on the right hand side you have this is the dinette that converts into a small bed. You have the Dometic fridge. Above the fridge is going to be the propane stove, the sink, then you'll have the primary bed. Here right next to the doorway you have the stereo controls. You have another level. You've got the controls for the heat. You've got fan, cool, furnace, and heat pump. The heat pump will run off electric heat, but it'll only go down to about 40 degrees. Then you'd want to, below that, you want to use the furnace, the propane furnace. You have a light switch here. There's a little night light. We'll see when we get inside. All right, so on the inside, right here, there's a microwave. There's a electrical port there. That's the other part for the hookup for the television. So if you have a TV you want to put in here, you hook up the antenna on the outside, you hook up your other cable here. There's a little night light. There's a speaker. There's another speaker underneath the dinette. There's the Dometic heat pump that provides both electric heat as well as air conditioning. Under this cabinet you can store dishes, what have you. There's the water filter for the water system. There's the water pump. If you're filling up your water tank underneath, you can use that water pump to provide pressure. There's the control for the water pump. You only need to turn that on if you're not using shore water and you're using your water tank. Over here you've got the dinette that also converts into a bed, so let me convert that real quick. All right, so to convert it from the bed to the dinette, the 2 center cushions just come up, they become backrests. The table, which provides the center section of the bed, that comes up, and you've got a dinette that easily fits 4 people. This is the dormer. The dormer provides that extra headroom, so if this was a traditional A-framed camper without that dormer, the 2 people sitting on the inside of the table have very limited headspace. This dormer provides you with really good headspace there. Underneath the dinette, in the back, you have another speaker. Then you've got a propane leak detector. You've got a switch here. This switch turns on the water heater. So if you've got water in your tanks, or if you've been hooked up to water at the campground, you can turn on your water heater. That'll heat that up. Underneath that is your electrical panel box. You're going to have your circuit breakers in there. You're going to have all your fuses in there. Another electrical outlet, and the furnace. That's the propane furnace right there. Let's see what else. Okay, over here you have the propane stove. It's a glass top propane stove. You can fold that right out of the way. Have access to your 3 propane gas tops there. You've got your sink. You've got your three-way fridge. The three-way fridge has a little locking mechanism. You just put that in place so that when you're traveling, it doesn't open up on you. All right, so here's the bed, the primary bed. It's an electric heat bed, so you do have a thermostat control here. You just plug it in, turn that on, it will heat up. Over here, you have two different things. This is just a little laundry. It hangs up. It'll hang right here. It hangs all the way down to the bed. It gives you a place to store clothes, blankets, what have you. This is a little shelf system right here. The previous owner put some hooks on the roof. You just hang that onto those hooks. It provides you a place to put your food or other light items that you don't want sitting on the countertops. And up here you have a exhaust fan. So you open that up if you want to have ventilation, and you just turn it on. It's got 3 settings. All right, so for interior storage, another way to access this storage compartment here is also, if you got big items, you can just lift it up after moving the seat. You got the storage here underneath the sink. It's got some of the plumbing for the sink though. That's also in your way, as well as the water filter. Under here is a drawer. All these drawers latch, so they don't come out easy on their own. They get retained, so they don't open easily when the trailer's moving. Underneath this rear bed, it's got a handle right here. You can lift that up. And that gives you access to the rear storage compartment. And that's where I've kept the grill, the outside grill, and the outside table. You've also got the tools for lifting your jacks or taking off the tires. Last but not least, I will try to show you how this thing goes up and down, if I can handle this with the phone in just one hand. So the first thing you do is you take down this dormer. So right now it's not raining outside too badly, so I think I can do this. So you just take this latch, fold this side in, take this latch, fold this side in. There's a latch up here. Take that in one hand. It's a little challenging just to get it out of the way. This whole piece comes down. And you go to the outside and you're just going to pull this down. And it's got 2 latches here on the outside. So just flip those up. The next thing you would do is you would lay down the 2 walls. Now, because it is a little rainier out there than I thought it was, I'm going to hold off on taking this down just right now, but you've got a handle right here. You just flip it. Got a handle right here. You just flip it. This whole wall just comes down. You just back out of the way. On the door side, you disconnect the top and bottom door connection. Flip the handle on this side. flip the handle on this side. And this is the part that with only one hand is a little challenging. Basically, when this comes down, you'll want to pop this door out. So it's going to come down and you're going to push the door. A little hard to film that. So basically, you are standing in the open top half of the door. You step out, and now you're ready to lower it by just holding down this button right here. And it'll just slowly lower itself down. Once it's all the way down, you just hook these latches on both sides and you're ready to go.